Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire, and fantastic news. It's cloudy, well, almost. It's a lot cooler. It's dropped to 20 degrees. We got a little bit of rain last night. 20 degrees is 70 Fahrenheit. And best of all, a couple of days ago I was driving by the old medieval fort, which was destroyed by William Wallace and later also destroyed in the 1600s, 1650s by Oliver Cromwell and his new model army. And it's planted with broccoli yet again, and around the edges and through the middle of the field there's lots of roads for irrigation, and the farmer says go for it. So I'm hoping, given how well I did on this field last time, that there's going to be some good stuff to be had. So let's go and see how we get on. Okay, we've got a digger. Just ignore these holes that have been dug here. This field of broccoli had a special membrane, a polythene over the top of it to create a humid atmosphere, keep the insects away as well, which has been removed, but the farmers, they dug it all in, so that's the reason for all these little holes. That wasn't me. This is first target. 81, 82, to be honest, does sound a bit irony. I think it's going to be in there somewhere. And it is a great big bit of iron. I can see it right there. It's a very big bit of iron. Well, who knows what that is, but it's a thing. It's also known as junk. This one didn't sound great, to be honest, but I took a spade full out, as I often do. Now it's saying it's an 80. It's there. It looks like possibly lead. It is lead, and I think it's a lead seal. Oh, well, that didn't sound good at all, but that is definitely lead. That's all I can say. It's a bag seal or a flax seal. It's not in the best of condition, but we've got a date. We've got a 1 and 8 and what looks like a 2, so 1820 something. And on this side, not sure, is that a symbol or is that a what do you reckon? Zoom in a wee bit. No, I think it's numbers, letters that have been kind of worn away, but there's definitely a letter P at the top. So my guess would be it's a flax seal. It's probably Russian, and it's sometime from around 1820. So there you go. Bales of linen, bales of flax that were brought here to Perthshire to be milled in nearby mills using the power of water into linen. Good, nice find. Well, I got 2 signals, well technically 3 if I include that iron thing. I've only been going for 15 minutes, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. Maybe there's just a few more targets here, but I'm hoping that overnight rain, which wasn't really a lot, but maybe it's done just enough to bring out some targets. But we've got another digger here. Not the best, 65, 70. Definite button territory. It's vanished. Is it in there? Oh, it's gone. Where's it gone? Oh, I can see it. I think it is a button. I think it's a tomback. Look at that there. It's come out the soil, and it is definitely a tomback. It's lost its loop on the back, but it is plain undecorated. But it is almost certainly from the Georgian period, 1760 to 1820. So a good sign. That's 2 finds that are potentially in excess of 200 years old. Not bad for 15 minutes in. Okay, we've got another digger. This one, quite a squeaky, anywhere between 79 and 82. It's kind of all over the place. I've not got high hopes for this one. Certainly it doesn't sound like a coin. Could be the dreaded aluminium. And I couldn't quite tell where it was. Pinpointer says it's in a different place from where I thought it might have been. Now it's kind of vanished, which tells me it's probably junk. Nice to have some, I think we are out, nice to have some easily diggable soil. Ah, there's something there. Well, it's not aluminium, so that's a good start. It's almost like a bronze, actually. It is a bronze. God, what a weird readout for what should have been a really, really loud target. Give it a wee rub-a-dub. So that is indeed a piece of bronze. That is a sign of metalworking, which has been a fairly common find on this field and the neighbouring fields, so I suppose it would make sense, because they must have been making stuff from metal. So I mean, who knows, it could be hundreds and hundreds of years old, could relate to the fort, could be sometime between, I think the fort was founded here around about 1080, 1100, and it was here until 1650, 1660, give or take. But I mean, who knows, it could be thousands of years old. It could be all the way back to the Bronze Age, 3,500, 4,000 odd years ago. But it's a good find, a good sign. Almost missed this one because I was swinging too high and too fast. That's where I just dug the bit of bronze right there, and it's just right there. 62, 63, it's a bit tinny sounding. Maybe another button. Aha! 62, 63, and we're out. Maybe another wee tomback. Don't see anything obvious. Ah, that's a coin. It's a coin with a hole in the middle. It's a coin with a hole in the middle that I don't recognise. Let's see. T's are open. There's a nice little imprint. Very sandy soil here, as you can see. And yeah, it's got a hole in the middle. Now normally, coins with holes in the middle are often from China. No, India. India? Yeah, I'm sure it's India. With this though, I'm going to give it a wee wash. See if I can bring up a little bit of detail. Where's my spray bottle? I have remembered it. Well done, John. I don't seem to have forgotten anything for a while. Yeah, there's a good bit of detail on that. See if we can find out what country it's from. Some of you might be shouting at the screen already because you recognise it, but I certainly don't. So, we have FORNOH. Let me zoom you in a wee bit. So, we've got FORNOH GE AKT, possibly. We've got a crown, we've got another crown, we've got another crown, we've got another crown, and it looks like we've got a, almost looks like a number 7 below each of the crowns. Right, let's zoom you back to regular. So, I do not know. There's nothing there that's telling me who that is or what date it is. On the other side, oh, we've got the interleaved kind of, what do they call that, a trefoil? Trifoil, is that not what they call it? It's like a Celtic sort of knot symbol. We've got a crown. We've got a currency. It's a 50 ORE. 50 or? 50 or? Ah, there's a date there. 1928. 1928. I think that's what that says. I don't know what's in the middle though. A crown, a star. But I am completely and utterly, I've got no idea what currency uses an OR, O-R-E. I would think because of that Celtic-y sort of knot, well, it's not going to be Ireland, because Ireland was on the punt prior to the euro. There's no letters that are obviously coming out. Maybe Scandinavian, but that's just a guess. Maybe Danish. Yep, not entirely sure, but let me know in the comments below. First coin, and it's almost 100 years old, so 4 targets, 4 finds, 1 junk, 2 of them 200 years old, and 1 of them almost 100 years. Not a bad start. 30 minutes in. And the targets keep on coming. 72, 73, but is it a good one? Could be another button. Could be another button. Or a bit of copper alloy. Or a bit of lead. Right, third spadeful, and then we're going in with a pinpointer. Right, nothing doing. Still in the hole. So let's see. We're in here somewhere. What's that? That's a bit of straw. So that is not it. What's that? That's a leaf. Right. What's out? It's out. What's that? There. That is it there. What have we got? We've got a wee knob. We have indeed. It's a little furniture. It's a little furniture knob. Well, this is what always I find so strange. How on earth these things get all the way out in the middle of a field that's nowhere near a house. I mean, I'm guessing, but I would say that there is not a house within half a mile. And the only understanding is that some people suggest that back in the old days, prior to bin men and women, should I say, refuse collection from your house, your garbage, they used to spread it over the fields. Old bits of furniture used to get burned, and what was left was chucked in the field as well. So there you go. That's probably off of a little writing desk, a little cabinet, a chest of drawers, and date-wise, well, probably what, 1718, maybe into the middle of the 1900s. This time it's a wee chirpy one. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, it's there. 78, 79. It's not a brilliant target, to be honest. But let's have a wee look. Well, sounds a lot better now. 76, 77. Maybe a wee button. Something small on its edge. Huh. Oh, it's silver. That is silver, I think. That is silver. It has to be. That can't be stainless steel. It's too dull. Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. That could be medieval. So what do you think? Well, let me stand up for a start and get the water out so I don't scratch it. See if we can get the mud out the hole there. There we go, straight away. That is silver. Has to be silver. Not a great readout, but then again, it's pretty thin. If it was on its edge, let me just see what it's like flat on the ground. Pop it there for a wee second. I need to wash it again in a second. much better, up at 87, 88, more what you would expect from silver, so I suspect it was like that in the ground, or it was on its edge or something. It was a bit harder to spot. Let me just give it a wash again, seeing as I've just made it muddy. But that is a little silver something. Not sure what that is. Is it part of a tool? Is it even a bit of a pendant? Don't think so, it looks a bit too thin. So, are the marks, get my dog's hair off it? Are the marks just with being rattling about in the ground? Probably. Oh, there's actually like little dots up here. Maybe for grip, possibly. Or maybe it's been pinched by something. A tool, set of calipers or something when it's been made. It's left a mark on it, or maybe it's some sort of decoration. Well, could be cosmetic, like a nail pick or a toothpick or something like that. But it could also be some sort of needle, some sort of device. It looks like it's snapped, so it's been longer than that. It's very tactile. See, just holding it there. It just fits perfectly, look, in between your finger and thumb. So I think it's some sort of tool, maybe, whether it's been for scooping or scraping, medical implement, cosmetic implement, or even, I don't know, for fixing nets or for something along those lines. I actually got something similar to this off this field earlier in the year that was silver. That was like a, I think it was a bit like a, is it a bodkin? Is that what it's called? Like a needle. And it was also silver. It also had a hole in one end, and it was quite sharp on the other end. And I'm sure a few of you suggested it was some sort of needle for net repairs. Well, that would be very nice if that turned out to be medieval. We'll need to see what the museum have got to say about that one. But let me know in the comments below. That is a very nice find. I mean, age-wise, I've really got no idea. Could be hundreds and hundreds of years old. But let me know. Brilliant, great find. Really, really nice. I only just got the bit of silver about 12 or 15 feet away. That's a screamer of a 91-93. Now I can see a tiny bit of something sticking up. Now, is it a bit of a bottle top? I think it is. Where's my, in fact I'll use the wee tool, see if we can pick it out. I think that is, isn't it? It's going to be a bottle top. It looks like a bottle top. It sounded like it could have almost been silver. Now I think that's a bottle top, isn't it? Look, you can see an edge there. So, there we go. It's like an archaeological excavation. I'm glad it wasn't really deep. Is there a bottle still attached? Sorry, Les, I know this isn't really designed for this sort of job, but... oh, there's still something attached to it, I think. I'm going to need to get the spade in and give it a wee loosen up. Just testing my aim. Put it right through the middle. One more. And that should get it out. There we go. Perfect. Right. It's a massive bottle top. That is really gigantic, that, isn't it? I did wonder. I thought it's either going to be silver or it's going to be a bottle top. And unfortunately, it's a bottle top. But, well, makes your heart race for a wee second. Plain. No debt. Oh no, wait a second, there's something on there. Vegetable extracts, made with vegetable extracts. No idea what that could be. Right, on to the next. Okay, we've got a 69 this time. Doesn't sound very deep, to be honest. Right about there. And we're out. Shove the spade in. Right. Ah, bit of lead. Haha, it is a bit of lead. And it's another lead token looking thing. So we've got a cross on that side. And on that side we've got a cross and 4 little dots. So very similar to previous ones we've had, albeit this one is a bit of a funny shape. Oh, dropped it. So, yes, it's a little lead token, or a tally. Some people call them field tallies. Some suggest they were used for counting, some say that they were used for games, board games, like early types of board games. And other people say that they were actually used as currency, like small change. So who knows what kind of age? Some people tell me 17 or 1800s, but because we're next to a medieval fort that was here from 1080 all the way through to 1650s, I do wonder if they are relevant to that, because there must be 10 or 12, 15, 20 that have come off this field and the neighbouring fields surrounding the fort. So let me know as ever in the comments below. Great find. This time we've got a 66. 66, 65. Very consistent. Probably not overly deep, bit harder ground here though. Maybe a button or a bit of lead would be my guess. Now it's way up to 75, which is more copper alloy territory, but what's that? Well, it is lead. It's lead and it's, well, something. Again, it's interesting. It's circular. I think it's actually folded in half. I think it is. I might actually be better to wet this rather than to brush it. So let's get the bottle out, give it a wee wishy-wash. Well, this could be another old find. 2 back to back. I'm only what, 15, 20 feet away from that last bit. So it's a circular piece of lead. Don't see any decoration on it, or no obvious decoration. Oh, in fact, you know what? Is that a piece of lead, or is it the top of a squeezy tube? You know, the wee bit with the screw cap would be there, and an aluminium piece would run off down here. Not sure. It could be, you know. That would be pretty annoying, but, well, I'd love it if it was medieval or post-medieval, or something from the 15 or 1600s, but let me know in the comments below. This one was actually right on the surface. Came through as a 61, 66, and it's a little 4-holed button from Gillotts, Gillett. Gillett of London, I think that says. So, button maker from London. A long way away from home. 4-holer, probably sometime around 1900, 1950. And don't worry, the shots aren't fired at me, it's a bird scarer. Right on the edge of the broccoli. 9193, which could be silver. That could also be a bottle top. Out you come. Yeah, don't want to damage the roots of the plant, so I'm going to go in with a pinpointer. And it seems like it's deeper then the pinpointer can go. All of that for that. It might not be sunny, but my goodness, am I sweating. Hard ground to dig, but I think that's actually shoe polish, because I seem to remember that little bit on the edge for breaking open the two parts of a shoe polish container. And yet again, don't worry, no one is shooting at me. It's that bird scarer that keeps on making me jump. Look at this, I'm not far away from a river, and look, yet again, we've got another claw. I think this is crayfish, because I've heard rumours and stories that there are quite a lot of crayfish around some of the rivers of Perthshire. They're a signal crayfish, which is from America originally, and they are breeding out of control, and the salmon board are failing to do anything about it, and they're a real threat to the future of the rivers. But I think that's what that is, part of a signal crayfish, but let me know. We've got an 8081 just in the edge here. See how deep it is, maybe it'll be in that bit. The answer is no. Oh, that's hard. This has been getting driven over by tractors for months. Well, thank goodness for that. What have we got this time? Ah, it's a coin. That's never a coin at 81. It is. There's a bit of the imprint for what it's worth. It's, well, it's a penny. Must have been on its edge. For an 81, it's not in very good condition. Oh, but it's Victoria. I can just see the name there on the left hand side. Right, will I wet this or will I not wet it? No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just give it a light brush, and then get the bendy thumb on it for a wee minute and see if we can get a date. So it's not in very good condition. You can see a lot of the surface has started to come off it, to get you a better angle. But you can just make out Victoria, De Gratia, Regina, Fid Def Ind Imp, Defender of the Faith, Empress of India. Do we have a date? It's going to be 18 something, 18 something 2. So I do not know. I think it's a young head, a bun head as it's also known. But it's a penny. Back in the day, this would have bought you 6 eggs, pint of milk, or something on that effect. Queen Victoria was born around about 1820. She took the throne in 1836 or 7. She was about 16 or 17, maybe 18 years of age. And she was actually called Alexandrina. She was named after her godfather, Tsar Alexander of Russia, or was it Prussia? Anyway, yeah, so when she became queen, she took the name Victoria, and she ruled all the way through to 1901. So back in the old days, this could have probably bought you half a dozen eggs, or a postage stamp, and dare I say it, a pint of beer. Priorities. Good, always nice to get a coin. I got myself a bit of tin foil there, which came through 5051. Right there I got a 5055. Expecting another bit of tin foil, and I actually got this, which I think is part of a copper alloy vessel. See how it's got that fatter bit at the top and a side profile coming down, so it's slightly curved, so it's either a bowl or a cup, maybe a cooking pot or something like that. But I don't understand why it put out such a low readout, 50. I would expect that to come through 70, 80, even more, especially as it was so shallow. But yeah, I think that is part of a cup or a bowl, some sort of vessel. And if it is, then again, that could be hundreds and hundreds of years old. That could be 15, 16, 1700s, but it could be way back to the medieval period. So that is a really, really nice find. Very good. I'm having a great day. Well done for that bit of rain. Well, I've almost ran out of field and almost ran out of time, and I literally had 30 yards to go if you're lucky. In fact, 30 feet to go if you're lucky. And right here, pretty solid 86, and we might actually have a coin to finish the day. Get out of the way. Ah, there we go. Well, that's round, and it could well be a coin. And it is a coin, definitely. 1p. Who have we got? Gorgeous George? No, it's not. It's Dirty Bertie. It's the son of Queen Victoria, Albert, who confusingly changed his name to Edward when he became king. Edward the 7th. So I've mentioned many times. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub. The Playboy Prince. He waited 60 odd years, 63 years I think it was, for his mum to die so that he could take over. She used to call him Bertie, and he ruled from 1901 till 1909 or 10, so this is right at the end of his reign. And yeah, so he's a heavy drinker, heavy smoker, and had a bit of a reputation with the ladies, shall we say. So there you go, a nice wee penny. Well, I think it's unlikely I'm going to find anything before I make it to the end of the field there, but you never know. Well, I spoke too soon. So this is definitely going to be the last signal. 65, 66, definite button territory, I would say. I was hoping it was going to be shallow, but maybe I need to dig. Oh, it's out. Still a 65. Could be a bit of lead, I suppose, but I'm going to go with a button. Ah, there is it, a button. Or a coin. Ah, it's a bloody tomback. Always give that shine that they're going to be a little silver coin. It's a chunky little one, though. So again, in fact, do we not get a tomback to start with? And we've finished with a tomback. So George III sort of period is 1760 to 1820. Right, let's do a wee summary. Well folks, that is us for another day. And that is a pretty productive day. I've had a lot of very bad days over the last few months. Although you probably haven't realised, because I edit everything and often compact multiple days of detecting to make one video, and in some cases I go out a day or several days and I don't find anything, so I can't even get any content for you. But that is very good. I'm sure this field's not been heavily done, so that helps, and that little bit of rain undoubtedly will have helped as well. So I'm not going to do the light box, I'm afraid. I've got places to be, and I'm just not going to have the time to get home and do that extra bit of filming. But we've got 3 buttons here, one from around 1900 or thereabouts, I would say. 2 tombacks from the George III period, 1760 to 1820. We've got a 1909 penny of Edward the 7th. We've got his mother, Queen Victoria, from sometime in the 1800s, probably between 1830 and 1890. We've then got this little mysterious coin, which I'm pretty sure has got a date of 1928 at the bottom of it, but I have no idea what country it's from, so do let me know. This I was a bit excited about, but I think it could actually be the top of a tube, but if I'm wrong, then do let me know. Then another potential old item, this one here, which is part of a vessel or a bowl potentially. Then another lead seal from 1820 something. A piece of bronze from metalworking, a very good sign. A doorknob, probably off of a cabinet or a writing desk. Now this I love, I do love these. A little lead token, a tally or a token with a cross on each side, although one side has got dots as well. And then the find of the day, this little silver implement, what I believe is a silver implement. So I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on what it could be, what it could have been used for. It's definitely some sort of little tool or little medical or cosmetic sort of device, but do let me know in the comments, and I'm pretty certain that it's silver. So I will do an update in the lightbox of these things that I've been skipping, don't worry, but this is just so tactile, just to hold in your hand. It just fits absolutely perfectly. So I think it was held like that, but the purpose, I've no idea. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. It's nice to get out without having to wear a hat for a change. I do have hair, although it is thinning and it is going grey as well, but that's what happens when you hit your 40s. So I hope you liked the video, and thanks as ever for the tremendous support. I'm pushing towards 28,000 subscribers, although hopefully by the time you watch this it's 29,000 or even more. So for the big 30,000, I'm planning to do a little bit of a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. And thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the next dig. Take care.